Hello, my loves. It's Camille. I'm editing this episode, and this final cut is almost 2 hours long. Personally, I think that we said a lot of good things. Devereaux agrees. I don't want to trim too much of it, and so I did what I could. But I also will say we recorded this a little over a week ago, and the Venezuela thing had just happened. A lot of other things have happened since. And so, on behalf of myself and Robert and Mal, I just want to say fuck ICE. Fuck this administration. Please be safe. We love you and enjoy. Welcome to the Puck Crew. I'm your captain, Camille, and I have my alternates with me.
I'm Mal.
And I'm Robert.
And today we are diving into Heated fucking Rivalry.
Woo!
Oh yeah,
the
we're
grip
definitely
that
diving.
this show has on me should be studied.
I know,
I
and
have not fallen this hard into a fandom since like high school, so this is nuts.
what do you think it is about it that's doing it to all of us?
The gay sex.
I mean,
well, that's not it for Mal, for sure. Because, okay, let me preface by saying I watched the show, the first couple episodes, and then I was like, holy shit. And I FaceTimed you guys and convinced you to watch it together, the first 2 episodes. And Mal was literally sitting there on her couch
it was
going,
the first 3 because I was not sold on the show until
you're
the
right.
third episode.
You're right. So Mal was sitting on her couch watching, and she went, oh my god, maybe I am homophobic. And I was like, I can get her though. I promise, I swear, I've got to get her into this. And then she fell off a cliff. She actually, no. It was, so Robert, you left. Mal and I hung up. And 2 hours later, I got a text from Mal, and she was like, okay, so I wanted to know more, so I started reading one of the books. And I was like, yes!
No,
Vindication.
The thing that I need is I need there to be feelings. I need there to be feelings. And the second there were feelings for Scott and Kip, I was like, okay, I love them. I'm locked in. I'm going to start reading Game Changer right now.
Mm-hmm. Now,
and
okay,
then
so
once there started being feelings between like Shane and Ilya, I was like, okay, I'm locked in. I love them.
Yeah.
But I also think like they're just very relatable characters. Like I see so much of myself in Shane Hollander, and we don't have time to unpack all that, but
we've got 6 episodes. I think that a lot of the show, there's so much tenderness and fear, and they don't, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that tenderness and fear get in the way of each other. I think they somehow go hand in hand, and it's like, I'm going to be tender in spite of my fear. And I mean, I might be wrong on this. I don't know a lot about like gay culture, but like I think a lot of the media that I've seen that have been like gay men have been relationships where it's like we're in open relationships and we're doing drugs and we're clubbing and we're partying and it's all just like crazy party, go, sleep with as many people as you can. And to me, as a monogamous person,
not to me, the last cool little gay show that I watched was Heartstopper. They don't do that.
Yeah, I'm like, Heartstopper's not like that at all.
I didn't like that show. I'm so sorry.
Damn, homophobic.
I know. I really tried. I really did, because I wanted to watch it for someone who mattered a lot to me, but I still just was like, I can't get into this. But I think there's a lot of like self-reflection that can happen in conjunction with this show. And I think that for me, a lot of the self-reflection that was happening was like, I was raised so conservative, super religious, very sheltered. And I have found something very freeing in watching this show with my friends, because it's allowed me to embrace sexuality in a way that I have not been able to in the past. Which is sad as a 31-year-old woman for me to finally only now be going into the space of being like, yeah, I can watch explicit sex scenes with my friends without feeling like I have to talk through it or get up and walk away.
Yeah.
And so there's been some kind of a bonding experience with my friends, with you guys, of being able, like, we stayed up to midnight and FaceTimed watching episodes, you know? I went to a gay sports bar and watched episode 6 with a bar full of people. There's something just very tender about the show. And like, I put in my notes in here, near the end, Robert, I swear to God, I'm not picking on you, but the whole, like, at first, Robert was like, Ilya's a toxic top. I have so much to say about that. But let's kind of preface after, I mean, we've been talking for 5 minutes now, but for anybody who hasn't watched Heated Rivalry, anybody who hasn't read the books, anything like that, Heated Rivalry is the second book in a book series called the Game Changers series. It is an MM, which is two dudes, hockey smut book series, right?
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
But it's not just smut, like it's well written, it's very enjoyable. They do go into like deeper subject matter. So it starts with Game Changer and then goes on to Heated Rivalry. Jacob Tierney adapted the show. He read Heated Rivalry and was so obsessed with it, and he was like, if anybody else gets to adapt this other than me, I'm gonna lose my mind. So he started, trying to get it made. I will say, best adaptation I've ever seen in my life.
It's a great adaptation. Like, book to other media, I would agree. I think it's one of the best adaptations.
I mean, these scenes are word for word. Even little mannerisms are word for word. But like it's
fresh
perfect.
And like fun to watch, even if you have read.
Yeah. Right. Mal and I were watching episode 6, and you could see us with Robert, but you could see Mal and I on camera quoting along with the show as it was happening, because we knew exactly what they were going to say, because we trusted Jacob Tierney at that point to not fuck it up,
But Robert hasn't read any of the books, right, Robert?
I'm slowly. I'm like halfway through the first one.
Oh, okay, sick. So so there are 6 books. I have read Heated Rivalry and The Long Game, which are the 2 books that are about Shane and Ilya. I have read them both twice. Mal, what have you read so far?
I've read Game Changer, I've read Heated Rivalry, and then I skipped to The Long Game, and then I went back and I read Role Model, because that also has a lot of Ilya in it. So there's still Tough Guy and Common Goal that I have to get to, but they are on.
So is that 3 or 4? 3 and 4?
Yeah.
Or 4 and 5? No, I don't know.
That's 3 and 4.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you read 1, 2, 5, 6.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So they've confirmed that season 2 is going to be The Long Game, so we will be skipping to book 6. But these books don't all happen like chronologically per se. Obviously, people watching the show know that we skip around time-wise a lot, so I did try my best to keep notes on where we are in space and time through the notes as I watched. But yeah, I have been thinking a lot since last night as I watched and took my notes about whether or not I wanted to go balls to the wall on this and like just fully just say everything, because I feel like my knee-jerk reaction, being that it's not just you two listening to me talk, is to like censor certain things and certain parts of myself. But I'm wondering if that's not the best way to engage with this media on this platform. And maybe I should just like fucking say what I want to say.
They can be brave, so can we.
Yeah. So this is going to be unhinged compared to the Pit Crew.
And I think the Pit Crew is pretty unhinged, so I'm very curious as to how much more unhinged we can get.
Tragically, there's no gay sex in the Pit Crew.
Here we go.
Yeah. So I have a ginger ale ready to go. Little soda opening ASMR
here. Is that your Schweppes? What is that, Schweppes or Canada Dry?
A Howell's.
Howell's, okay. I keep so much Canada Dry in my fridge. I love ginger ale.
Grape ginger ale of this brand is so good.
I just like straight up ginger ale. Let's preface this by also saying I am a hockey fan, so if you have hockey questions, let me know. I don't know a lot about like the politics of hockey, but with the game, I do. It's the only sport that I care about. I've been a big hockey fan for like 10 years because I am from Nashville, so we're a big hockey city.
Well, it is where the All-Star game is in episode 5,
yes,
isn't
it is.
No, it's not. Yes, it is. What?
It's in this episode.
It's in this episode.
Episode 5 All-Star is Tampa Bay.
Oh, in episode 5, Ilya doesn't go to Nashville with his team. That's why I'm thinking Nashville. Okay, sorry. Never mind. Ignore me.
Okay, so we start out in Saskatchewan. Somebody made an edit of Rozanov to The Subway by Chapel Roan.
Oh.
Oh my
I'm
god.
moving to Saskatchewan, and I was like, oh god.
Oh no.
I just, like, from the very first moment, kind of obsessed with the fact that, like, Ilya's cigarette doesn't light until he meets Shane, and then there's finally a spark. Oh my god.
We love subtle symbolism.
We love
I'm
symbolism.
obsessed. I'm also obsessed with the way that Shane can't tell if Ilya speaks English or not. So he's like miming smoking while he's saying, I don't think you can smoke here.
He's
I
such
just-
a rule follower. I love him.
No. And there's literally a no smoking sign right there. I love it. But so we have the two boys, they're meeting, they're 17 years old. It's 2008. And they're at the World Juniors. So this is
And
our meet
honestly,
cute.
they did a good job making them look younger in this meeting
yeah.
scene. Like, I think this show does a pretty good job of taking, you know, the same actors and making them different as they
Yeah,
age, which is
as they age.
I love.
The entirety of the first 6 episodes takes place over like what, 10 years, roughly?
Episode
ish.
You
Yeah.
mean
Episode
season
one,
one?
season one. I mean, sorry, yeah. Season one
Season
takes
one
place
is
like
from 2008 to 2017.
it's almost 10 years. Okay, and they
Yeah.
age nicely. Like they age the
Mhm.
characters nicely. It's just subtle makeup changes and like
Subtle makeup changes, hair changes, like hair in the face. I also like that they use their toques, you know, to like kind of style them in a way that makes them look more juvenile. And they also, I like that there's no like CGI and like editing of their faces, you know?
no.
Did
no.
you
Like-
know what toques were before this? Because I heard that word for the first time in fanfiction, and I was like, "The heck is that?" I had to look it up.
I think I did, but it's just not what we call them.
Yeah, no,
We
it's
just call
not-
them beanies.
Yeah,
you
right.
know? We don't
Yeah,
call
we
them
call-
toques.
I
We
was
don't
like,
call 'em
"What are they?
toques.
What are they wearing?"
They're toking. Oh my god.
Oh my god, they're
Where they're
yo, I'm a-
toking, they're frauding. What the fuck?
Well, toking is also, if I believe, slang for taking a hit off a bong.
Smoking. Yeah, I was gonna say.
They are
that.
taking
Oh.
a hit off a bong or taking a hit
Yeah.
off like a
Yeah.
take a toke. Yeah,
Yeah. So Shane's poor autistic heart, he's like getting nothing from Ilya, like at all.
No.
But I will say, as someone who's read the books, it's really endearing to watch Connor Story play Ilya, and how you can tell that Ilya is so charmed already. Because in the book, we learned that like the only thing that Ilya could think about when he first meets Shane is like, wow, he has cute freckles. Wow, look at those freckles. He's obsessed. He's just like, oh, this boy is so cute.
We need to break your heart right now, people listening to this. Connor Story, he's not Russian. He's just really good at replicating the accent.
Oh my god, isn't it insane?
No, that
It's
man
the-
is a
it's-
shapeshifter. He is a shapeshifter because Ilya, Rozanov, and Connor Story are not the same person.
No,
No.
They're not the same
It's
person.
the
Like, you can look
facial
at a picture and you
posturing.
can tell which one of them it is. Like, you can tell if he's in
Mhm.
character or not. It's insane.
yes.
Connor Story, the actor that you are, honestly, both
And
of them. They are both
Both of them are
actors.
incredible. I think Connor's story is incredible in this complete transformation from what he is, right? Even his facial posturing. Someone pointed out that he's basically like muling the entire time that he's Ilya.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's accurate. Like he has that like hollowed out cheek, the tight jaw, the eyebrows stay low. It's very Slavic. He changes his whole face and he holds it that way.
I feel like both of their characters are a complete transformation from who they are. Because, like,
Mm.
when you watch Hudson Williams in interviews
Jesus
versus,
Christ.
like, being Shane Hollander,
Yeah.
it's like, that is also a different man.
Yes,
He's
but it's
different in a quieter way.
Yes. So Hudson is the brilliance of Hudson's acting is the fact that, and a lot of people, because I hate to say, like, I hate to jump on the bandwagon of like what everyone is saying, but media literacy is dead. And so like people are out on the internet, on God's great internet, saying that Hudson Williams is not a good actor. And I'm like, he's an insane actor. And you're confusing him embodying this tight-laced, uncomfortable, bursting at the seams character
Right.
with him not emoting properly. And
That boy is wound so tight, he's gonna
oh
pop.
my god,
Like,
he literally, like, it just, sometimes when I watch Shane, I feel, you know, that tightness in your throat when you're gonna
Mhm.
cry and you really don't want to? That
Sure.
is like, I feel like that is Shane at all times with Hudson Williams. He's, and I, that's one of the things that I love about these boys playing these characters, is that they're so protective of these characters and they get it.
Right.
mhm.
I need to say that because when I initially watched the first episode, I was complaining the first 10ish minutes, 15 minutes about Shane's acting, about Hudson's acting, and I'm like, damn, this sucks. And then the more I listened to it, I'm like, oh no, it's intentional.
Yeah. He's intentionally awkward. Like
Yeah.
the avoiding eye contact is very intentional. I mean, oh my god, it's incredible. But yeah, if you haven't seen, I'm sure everybody listening has seen Hudson Williams in interviews. The boy is unhinged, okay? I promise. This is incredible acting. But
hashtag stop Asian hate.
I swear to God, that interview, he reads that, and then the wheeze when he says, "Do you like it?" just like sends me into the stratosphere every time. So yeah, okay, the boys are 17 years old. They're at the World Juniors. The World Juniors are where the top 10 ranked national under 20 teams play. It's like it's like they call it the Prospect Cup later in the episode. It's the same thing. Like the Prospect Cup is the championship of the World Juniors. It's like the final game. So it's where these NHL teams and all these professional teams can be like, ooh, look at that guy. It's prospecting basically. But
right.
A little break from like what's actually real in the world is that we have Russia beating Canada. I looked it up. Canada actually won gold from 2005 to 2009. I don't think Russia won gold until 2011. I know they had previously, but as close as possible
Ilya
to
Rozanov
this.
In real life, so
there you go. They're playing at the World Juniors. I went through like the list of like the winners. Canada sweeps. I hate to say it, but they sweep.
Oh, Canada.
I mean, that makes sense. Like, it's Canada.
True. But I will also say, if you're not familiar with hockey, look up, if your city has a hockey team, look up the nationalities of the players. You'll be hard-pressed to find an American. There are quite a few Canadians, not too many Americans. The majority of professional hockey players, like in the US in the NHL, are going to be like Swedish, Finnish, Russian, Swiss, German. They come from Europe. They come over here from Europe. Okay, they're stealing our jobs. They stole my goaltending job. God damn it.
Well, maybe America just needs to get better at hockey and not focus so much on freaking football.
Yeah. So also, I have a friend, I'm not going to be naming this person for their safety, but they are kind of going to be like our Russian correspondent because they are Russian, and they're going to kind of like give us cultural notes, and I sent them clips from the show of like the untranslated Russian with like reduced background noise to see if they could translate it for me. Basically, Ilya is on the ice calling his goalie a fucking piece of shit, which is a choice because you don't mess with your goalie. What the hell, man?
Yep.
So
Ilya toxic top, not just in the sheets, but also on the ice.
So
he's an asshole.
And I will say also, like, I do want to acknowledge, yes, his name is Ilya Rozanov, but we're just going to say Ilya Rozanov because we're American and that's how we pronounce it here. So,
Ilya Rozanov.
Rozanov. Ilya?
Ilya?
Rozanov. Yeah.
I'm going to be like, Ilya?
Ilya? Ilya?
Ilya Rozanov?
So the boys meet. Canada loses. Little boo-hoo Shane. And now we don't see each other again for another 6 months. We are at the draft. So now we're at June, I believe, 2009. And the show calls it the MLH. It's not what we call it in real life. It's the NHL. This is for licensing reasons. Okay, it's not Major League Hockey. It's the National Hockey League.
Also, because the real NHL does not want to be probably... they don't want to be associated with some of the things, I feel like.
The NHL, unfortunately, is hella homophobic. Yeah.
Yes.
Really homophobic. I also would like to say, a lot of people have been like, oh, this show could give people the courage to come out. I don't think so. But I don't think that's the point of this show. I don't think that even one hockey player is going to come out because of this, personally. Because this is smut. Like, yes, it's very heartfelt, but it's smut. And so I don't think that smut is going to make someone want to come out in a male-dominated sport where it's, like, super masculine and fighting is literally part of the game.
Yeah.
But I do think that it will attract a new audience to hockey that can demand that the NHL be better than it is.
100%.
You can look into like the Hockey Canada trial and all this awful stuff that's been going on. It's super misogynistic, very homophobic. And unfortunately, I just like I love the sport, but the NHL fucking sucks, bro. So
the NHL fucking sucks, bro.
And that's why
fucking
they're also
sucks.
the villain in the books.
So back to our show. I know we've only made it a couple minutes in. My bad. I'm sorry. This is the first episode, so there's a lot of like
yappers.
World building to be done. I also so what's so confusing to me is that the owner of the Metros is like, we don't even care that Shane came in second. And I'm like, that's not his fault. That would have been your
that
fault.
line is meant to emphasize to the audience yet again that like Shane has come in second. Shane has come in second to Ilya once again, just like he did at the World Juniors. Like,
yeah.
Because this is like baseball, right? Where the worst teams get to pick first in the draft, right? So like,
that goes into it. Now, like, I don't know a lot about the draft, to be honest, but I do know that like, so during the season, there's a certain point at which it cuts off and you can't trade players anymore. But you could just be like living your life and all of a sudden your favorite player's been traded on a random Wednesday and you're like, what? And they're gone. Yeah. And so what happens is they can be like, I will trade you this player for this player, and I will also give you my second round draft pick or my first round draft pick or whatever, because they're trying to sweeten the pot, you know? So like you can trade your picks before they've been made, kind of a thing.
Right.
So for me, I was sitting here like, oh, that's not Shane's fault. That's the person who had the first pick.
You guys get to pick second. So you picked second. Like,
you picked Shane. Yeah.
Boston picked first. They picked the player that they wanted, and that was Ilya. Like, it's
right. Yeah. Anyway,
neither of their faults. Like, it's a weird line, but I think it's just meant to emphasize that, like, once again, he's second place to Ilya.
Yeah. And then I'm sorry, I have more background info. The Montreal Metros are supposed to be, so again, licensing issues here. Okay, in the books we have the Montreal Voyageurs, who in real life are the Montreal Canadiens, which is the stupidest name.
That's such a strange, like, oh, you're Canadian and you're from Montreal?
We call them the Canadiens in French, but we also just call them the Habs. So,
the Habs.
The Habs. And then you have the Boston Raiders in the books are the Boston Bears, but they couldn't use that name in the show because it was too close to the Boston Bruins, so they had to change that too. So they're the same colors and everything. They are based off of real teams.
Yeah.
But the NHL was like, no. So also this drop that they're like, we're so excited that Shane is Asian. I'm like, Neither Christina Chang nor Hudson Williams are Japanese, by the way. I was kind of surprised that they kept in episode 6 the drop that he's Japanese, that he's half Japanese. But Christina Chang is Chinese Taiwanese, and Hudson Williams is Korean Canadian. So, but like, kudos to them for actually casting actors that are old enough to be Hudson Williams' parents. And kudos to them for casting actors who weren't like 30 years old. Because I'm pretty sure Hudson Williams is 24 now, so he was like 23 when they filmed this. And Connor Story would have been 24.
Yes. And extra kudos for all the parents being, well, almost all the parents, the good parents being DILFs and MILFs.
Oh my god. They're all beautiful. You don't think Ilya's dad's a DILF? You're not a Grigorovich simp?
No, I'm not. Unfortunately.
Those words have never been said before.
There was a thread I saw the other day that was like, you get $50 million, but you gotta say a sentence, and if anyone ever says that sentence in exactly the same order, you die. What's the sentence you're choosing to stay safe? And I'm pretty sure being a Grigorovich simp, being a Grigorovich simp is the sentence you choose.
Well, not now. Oh god, we just like go right into the tension, and a lot of people have complained that there was no rivalry. I want to point out that
it is heated.
It's real steamy. The point is not necessarily that there ever was a rivalry in the books. I think they make this point better in the books because there's more time than they do in the show. The media makes it a rivalry. The media is the one that's like, ooh, these guys hate each other. And it's like, no, they don't.
Well, and
No.
I think the show also kind of shows that because I mean, I think there's a lot of things in sports that are played up for kind of the image of it all. Like, truly, I think there's very few players, I feel like, that have like famous rivalries in any sports that like hate each other as much as the media wants you to believe, because like they're just kind of people. Like, I mean, I don't know. We have like them constantly being put up against each other and compared to each other, and all these things sort of happening in the background as they are also being, which I really like.
And I will give a little context. I don't want to ignore this, but I do want to like set the record straight that Rachel Reed has said that the rivalry between Sidney Crosby and Alexander Ovechkin, their rivalry like inspired the idea of having rival players. These characters are not inspired by those players. They are not based on these players. Please don't go write or read fanfic about professional hockey players. This shit is so weird. That's not what this is. So like, I, as someone who fucking hates Sidney Crosby, get his name out of your mouth when you talk
that man
about
is not Shane
Hollander. I fucking hate Sidney Crosby. I think he's a piece of shit, and Shane Hollander would never. So Shane and Ilya not being able to keep their eyes off each other, like the fact that they just like are completely, they're just like magnets to each other. They can't not find each other in a room. Oh God. And
I need to, just because you triggered the fucking phrase in my brain, I will always find you from Once Upon a Time.
I am kind of obsessed with the way that Ilya's face is lighting up as he's being praised by the owner of the Bruins. Sorry. Oops.
Nope.
The Raiders. He's like, you can tell, like, even his eyebrows kind of react, like he genuinely looks happy and young and hopeful, and he's very gracious. And then his father says that he's lazy, and his entire face falls. His shoulders fall, the whole body changes, and it's just devastating. And you can just see it's already this juxtaposition of Shane has both his parents with him. They're rubbing him on the back. They're so proud. They're so happy for him. And then Ilya's up here with his dad calling him lazy on the most important day of his career so far.
Like, your son was just the first pick overall in this draft, and you're calling him lazy?
Yeah. And I will point out that another thing that we learned from the books is that Ilya's father does not give a shit about his career. He doesn't care. He cares when Ilya plays for Russia. That's what matters. He didn't even want him to go to America. He does not give a shit about Ilya's hockey career at all. So yeah, it's devastating.
He gives a shit about having something to berate Ilya about. Like,
yeah. Also, so then we cut to Shane laying in his hotel room, unable to sleep. I'm wondering if he can't sleep because all the fucking lights are on. So he gets up, he's gonna go to the gym.
And he makes his bed as he leaves, which my little neurotic flower, I love him so much.
He just wants to leave things the way he found them.
I have never in my life left a hotel bed and like remade it. The covers are strewn everywhere.
So Shane is not confirmed in the book or in the show to be autistic, but canonically he is autistic. Rachel Reed has confirmed, yes, he is autistic, but the reason it's not brought up in the show or the books or anything is because Shane doesn't know that. His parents don't know that. It's just something that is him, but is not
he
like
ever get tested?
No.
Question mark? No. Okay.
No, he's not diagnosed. No.
Rocking it with undiagnosed autism. Let's go.
I mean, you don't get diagnosed with stuff unless it negatively affects your life in school typically, and I would imagine he was so focused on hockey, and it is something that is actually, benefiting him when it comes to hockey. Like, he's got the hockey autism, and so
it's not the math autism.
It makes him a better hockey player, and so I can see why that would not be ever something
Well,
that
it's
they
also
even like
just
looked
superstitions
into.
very much go hand in hand with hockey, right? You don't shave your beard during the playoffs. You don't have sex during the playoffs. Like it's there are very strict like things you do not do. It's very
Yeah.
superstitious. And so we think that these little
He's
things of his,
quirky.
these little
He's just
autistic
hockey.
quirks of his are seen as superstitions rather than autism, you know? Which is an interesting way to think about it, you know? And especially because I think it's decent representation in that a lot of people, like not everybody with autism is going to be diagnosed with it, and you can have like these characters who have it and clearly are displaying it, but also like just have no fucking clue, you know? Even down to his diet, macrobiotic fucking diet, disgusting. So Shane goes down to the gym and he's on the exercise bike. Ilya comes down and gets on the one next to him. And I'm kind of obsessed with the way that they parallel this to a sex scene in like the heavy breathing and the competitiveness and the sweatiness. Like there's something about like we're getting there, you know?
And I love that Shane absolutely doesn't recognize this as flirting because like obviously there's no reason to come in and try to beat him. Like no, you are trying to get a rise out of him. You are trying to get his attention, and Shane just misses it.
And it is worth pointing out that Shane gives up first, and he's pissed because he's like, this guy smokes. In the books, he's like, this guy fucking smokes, and he just beat me on this.
Also, in the book, they're on treadmills.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Running.
I have so many thoughts about this next little interaction because, as someone who's absolutely obsessed with Ilya,
You're obsessed with Ilya? You say as you're wearing an Ilya shirt?
Yeah, she does have on an Ilya shirt.
I do have an Ilya shirt on. I am so caught up in the tenderness, the vulnerability of this moment that I think a surface viewer does not catch when they sit on the floor and Ilya says, Montreal is nice, yes? Boston is nice too. He's looking for comfort. He's scared.
He's like, am I gonna like Boston?
Is Boston nice?
Am I gonna like this city that I've never been to in my life? In a country that I have never been to in my
language.
Life? Like, I don't know if he's ever been to America before this, but like
he has, but never longer than like 2 weeks. I think is what it says in the book.
It's new territory for him, literally, in both a new place and also like new experience, new emotions, a bunch of stuff. It's a new territory for him.
There's also, like, he barely speaks the language. Something that you get from the books that you don't get from the show is the internal monologue of Ilya and how much he hates his accent. He thinks it makes him sound stupid. And he's very self-conscious about it, about his broken English. I don't know if you guys, like, I'm gonna guess no. I don't know if you guys have ever met any young professional hockey players. I have.
Camille, when would I have met a young professional hockey player?
I don't know. But they are very quiet. Because, like, when I first met UC Saros, silent. He barely said a word. I think he was like 18 at the time. And he was just like silent. Because he didn't speak a lot of English. It was at an event. I came up and was talking to him and Philip Forsberg. And it was just like, he just did not, because he just, quiet. He didn't want to embarrass himself. You know, they're very shy, and I get it. That's terrifying. So for Ilya in this moment to be vulnerable in this way of, is Boston nice? Like, am I gonna like it? Is it gonna be okay? I'm gonna have nobody with me. I don't speak the language. I have a really heavy accent. I have never been away from home this long. I've never been away from my family this long. I'm scared. He's 18 years old and he's moving to a new country where he knows no one. That's terrifying. You know, at this point, we don't know if Svetlana has moved to America or if she still lives in Russia. Like, did she move around the same time as Ilya? Who knows? So I love this moment of beyond the surface level. If you scratch down, it's such vulnerability from Ilya already. And I think that Ilya creates safe spaces for other people by kind of just making it. I don't know. He just like he's like, I'll be safe if you be safe. We'll be safe together.
He wants a safe space, and
He wants
so
to
he has
connect.
decided that he is going to be a safe place. And
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
him. He's the
Yeah.
best.
There's just a lot. And then, like, of course, you've got Shane sitting across from him having this, like, total sexual awakening as Ilya is kind of, like, having a minor crisis about his life. Which is not to say that Shane is any less valid in what's going on, but he literally is just, like, raking his eyes over Ilya the entire time. Because I think this is the first time he's ever noticed a man. He's never looked at men before until after he meets Ilya, and then he's like, I started noticing men. And, like, so he's having this moment of, like, looking at his face and his lips and his crotch and his throat and his chest and his hands, and it's like,
and so we as the viewer are also looking at all of these things.
oh, sorry, Mal.
Mal, it's okay. You can observe as a connoisseur of art. It's art. It's not.
Connor Story is a very good looking gentleman. Okay, I can admit that.
Yeah.
The hand grab, not only when he hands his water bottle over, but when he takes it back. Love that.
God, that slightly like linger because they hold hands for like an extra second. Like Ilya's the one like from what I see, Ilya's the one like trying to linger the handhold for a second longer before.
No,
before
he
Shane
is
takes
absolutely trying to come on to Shane here, and Shane is picking up on none of it.
Yeah. And also the whispered more. Shane drinks from the bottle. And then he's just sitting there, and Ilya whispers more. Bro, oh my god.
I also saw someone on Threads point out that they were like, wow, it imitates life in that the top of the water bottle is black, and Ilya has on a black shirt, and the bottom is white, and Shane's wearing white.
Can I just for a second ask how the fuck you film a scene like this where they're sitting up against a mirrored wall and I don't see the camera?
Magic.
I'm so confused. I don't understand.
I also saw this, someone online pointed out that there's like a spot in the wall opposite the mirrors that looks like an outlet, and they were thinking that the camera is probably there.
Interesting. So interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cinematography in the show is incredible. Also, in this scene, there's so much eye contact from Shane, which we learn eventually is like...
Is it eye contact, or is he looking at his lips?
No, I think he's straight up looking at Ilya's face. Like, he's just like...
But he spends a lot of time looking at Ilya's lips. Like,
he does. I think that's so endearing, actually.
He wants to kiss him so bad it makes him look stupid.
He just, like, inherently, we can tell, feels safe with Ilya because of the way he's okay with just staring at him. And he doesn't feel unsafe about it. Ilya doesn't tease him about it. Again, Ilya's creating this safe space of, like, it's fine to be curious, you know? And I'm just kind of obsessed with it. So now it's, again, 6 months later. We're back to the World Juniors. It's New Year's Eve, the International Prospect Cup. Ilya is in bed and his father has been calling. He's got missed calls from his father. He's saved in Russian in his phone. He is saved as the general, by the way. It's not father or anything.
Here
like that.
Comes the general.
It also makes me
Here
sad
comes
to
the
think
general.
about spending the new year by himself in a hotel room.
He has no one.
I mean,
both physically and also like emotionally, he kind of has no one. Well, he has one person, but she's not there.
Yeah. We're headed into 2010 now, New Year's Eve.
Man, what were y'all doing in 2010? I was in the 6th grade.
I was in the 6th or 7th grade. Hashtag 13 years old.
Yeah, I think I was 15, 16.
God, you were a cool teenager. Whoa.
I was not, I can assure you. So, Alexei.
Isn't it weird to think about that Camille could have babysat a young Robert or Mal? Because the age difference is like that.
Camille could have babysat Connor Story and Hudson Williams. And I don't want to think about that.
Wild.
Yeah. So, no thanks. So we get like this. Now, Mal, you had a different thought here. But Alexei's a piece of shit. Okay?
No matter what his name is, he's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit, yeah. POS Rozanov, that's it. And I thought, because he uses a slur multiple times in the show to refer to Ilya.
Right.
I thought it was a reveal that, like, he knows or he suspects.
See, I don't read it that way. I think it's Because that's a word that I think people, I mean, especially in like the 2010s, were just throwing around towards anybody that they deemed weak or slightly feminine, or like anybody who didn't fit like their idea of what a man should be, like was getting called that word. And that's how I read it. Like I read it as him calling Ilya weak and saying like that he's not a real man, and you know, not that
I
he
read it as like a
had any
blackmail
idea.
kind of a thing. As like I'm reminding you what I know about you, and also that I'm a police officer and I want money. I mean, let's be very clear. Hockey players make a shitload of money. They have millions and millions of dollars on these contracts. So
Well, yeah.
Ilya,
And he's a very
obviously,
good
he has
hockey
not
player.
started. Yes, he has not started in the NHL yet. He is still a rookie, so he's going to be making less, but he is going to be like a millionaire, many times over a millionaire. So, like a reminder that Ilya's father does not care about the NHL and Ilya's career. He cares about when Ilya plays for Russia and how Ilya makes Russia look. And so Ilya finally ends up on the phone with his father. And Ilya's father, I specifically want to point out here that he says, you will not lose to him. Okay, so we have another like nail in that, like, here's a rivalry. We can't lose to each other thing.
But is it heated?
Oh boy, it is.
Oh boy.
And then Ilya does lose to Shane.
Yep.
Yeah. And we get this, you know, shaking hands at the end of the game. And Shane finally like chirps a little bit because now he's in better spirits because he won this time. He's not absolutely devastated. So he chirps, which is a thing that Shane does only when he's won. He doesn't chirp when he's losing. He chirps when he wins. Which is funny. Also,
he's a sore winner.
Yeah. It's funny to me. Funny in that it annoys me. People call it trash talking, but these are clearly people who are not hockey fans. We don't call it trash talking. It's chirping.
It's chirping.
Like a bird. Chirp. You chirp. So Shane does a little bit of chirping, and this is Ilya's finally like, he gets a little smirk out of Ilya because Ilya's like, okay, maybe that's not so horrible. Like, yeah, I just lost even though my dad told me not to, but hey, Shane Hollander's chirping at me for the first time, which is really cute.
It is.
He says, I'll see you in October, which is when the regular season is going to start.
Ilya says, bet, and arranges for them to do a commercial together. Like, I am so curious how this conversation went. Like, how did he convince them to do this?
Here's what I think.
I will do commercial with Shane Hollander.
Here, I want to say, I think that this reveal that they're doing this commercial together, Ilya asked Shane when they told him he was doing the commercial with Ilya and not just alone. So originally, this was Shane's commercial.
Yeah.
And Ilya, I think, got in touch with his management or whatever and was like, hey, I want in.
I want to do a commercial with Shane Hollander.
He doesn't want to wait 10 months. So 6 months later, we are, I guess that would put us in June. Ilya's rigged this whole thing so that he can be there. And one of like my vocal stems since watching the show has been, you look pretty.
It's a good thing he didn't overreact to not seeing Shane for 10 months.
You look pretty.
You look pretty. And then he's like, you're wearing makeup too.
Yes, but I don't look pretty.
Yes, but I don't look pretty.
And that's such a lie. That's such a lie.
Oh
Connor's story is beautiful.
Oh, God. So, keeping track of time, we are 19 years old now. We go to Shane talking with his mom, Yuna, and the layers of her reminding Shane that it's important because there are a lot of kids that are going to look up to him because they don't see themselves. And what she's talking about is Asian players. There aren't a lot of Asian players.
But also, there's a secret
There's
other
so
thing.
many more layers.
Yeah.
A secret third thing.
One of the worst (parentheses positive) edits I've ever seen in my life, because I did cry, was someone taking that line about like there's going to be a lot of kids that see themselves in you and put it over like Scott kissing Kip and then had Ilya and Shane like looking up at him literally because they didn't see themselves in hockey until that moment. And I was like,
yeah,
I'm gonna cry right now just talking about this edit. Like, that's so good.
No, No, you're getting me choked up because I think that there is so much catharsis in this show. It's so there's something really healing and really magical, and I am like a romance reader. All the books on my bookshelf here are romance novels. I love romance. Romance gets shit on a lot.
Because anything that women are
Because
into gets shit on.
yeah, that, and also because like we get happily ever afters in romance novels. And I don't understand why people think that's so wrong. A happily ever after is like a warm hug. And like, yes, do I sometimes cry because I want one too? Yeah, but also like it's cathartic to get to watch things work out. And so to get to watch this, the long game will work out, right? But to get to watch a happily ever after or a happy for now is really magical, and to get to share it with people who don't get to see that a lot. Because I think, I mean, you have to admit that a lot of like queer media is like, they were in love and then they died of AIDS. And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. They were in love and they married their beards and then they died. And it's like, oh, fuck, great. Like fellow travelers,
there
things
is
like that. It's like
pain
awesome.
in the queer experience, but there is also a lot of joy and a lot of amazing things. And just, I don't know, having this story like deals with both. Like it deals with how hard it is for these players to be queer, but also like all the fantastic things that come from being true to yourself and kind of embracing that side of you. And it's just it's beautiful. And I think like that's why this is so good. It's just it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. There's I encourage everybody to Connor Story and Hudson Williams have just done like an audio erotica story for Quinn. And I encourage everybody, they've been doing like Q&A interviews, and one of the questions was, why do you think MM romance is so popular with women? And their answers were incredible. Just very profound. And then like they gave their answers and then they were like, but we're not women, and so we can't say that. So you guys should let us know what you think. And I it's such a refreshing, like, we see a lot of young voters come out and we expect them to vote one way and then they vote the other way. And we're like, what the fuck happened? What is wrong with you guys? And so to see, like, not to like boil them down to being like young voters, but I think when you look at them and you go, these are young men, and you see them talk the way they do, especially for their age, 24 and 25, they have been so eloquent about a lot of things that it's been really refreshing. And like it makes me feel like this is a weird way to say it, but like this show has kind of made me feel like there's more space in my chest for my heart. It's opened up my chest for my heart to get bigger, like my heart can breathe, because it's like there's space to just like embrace. And I really loved it. And we keep going off on these tangents, but goddamn it, it's so good.
I just want to point out, since you brought up voting, when Connor Story registered to vote,
and it says male, female, other, he puts other, and then puts butt. He's 90% butt, y'all.
So dumb.
I will give so much like behind the scenes info. I did reach out to Connor and Hudson's publicists and like ask if they would come and talk to us on the show, and they actually responded so quickly, and they were very kind, and I really appreciated the fact that they even responded. And they were like, hey, we're sorry, but we can't, like they're so booked, it's insane. And they did encourage us to try again. Yeah, we're so excited for them. I mean, that's incredible.
Money.
But yeah, they got paid very little for the show because the budget was very small. It's a little Canadian production. It is not an HBO show, by the way. HBO is just where you can watch it in the US. So they don't have HBO dollars. It's Crave Canada. So another thing that I'm very hypersensitive about, like I don't want to talk too much about their butts. Like it's kind of just been overdone. I don't really want to talk about their butts.
They're lovely. We all saw them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
9 pounds of clappable material.
They're very, very white butts.
The only thing I'd
Feels very
want
human.
the only thing I'd want to do slightly inappropriately if we got Connor's story on is I'd like to give him a flashcard with a bunch of words that rhyme with Hollander and be like, okay, say fuck and then say the word in the accent.
But I will say, when I was sitting here watching this episode for the very first time, I took a photo of my screen and was like, oh my god, the butts on this show. And I sent it to you guys. And I said, do not look at this text in public. And Mal texted back, I looked at it in public. But like, I will say, like, yes, hockey butts are great. And we're moving on now. So Mal, you have thoughts. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just like, it's so funny to me how Shane just picks up on absolutely none of Ilya's flirting and like trying to get his attention. It literally takes him like jerking off in this communal shower for him to pick up on it. And I saw someone online say that Shane just kind of lets things happen to him. And so he kind of gets like dragged along by Ilya, but I sort of disagree. And I think this is an area in which Shane and I are very similar, where like, you know, he wants this and he like wants to build these relationships with people, and it's not until someone else kind of makes it explicit that they are also interested in that he feels like it is okay to want that and to pursue it. Like me, I'm like, yeah, I want to be friends. Like I wanted to be friends with both of you because I was aware of your online presence before I like actually knew you as people. And it wasn't until like Robert, the first time Robert was like, hey, you're a great friend and I'm glad to know you, I was like, oh, okay, so you're stuck with me for life now that I know that you actually like me, you know? So, like, I feel like Shane is like me in that way, that, like, when it is obvious that someone else kind of feels that same way and actually, like, wants what you want, then it's like, okay, but you have to tell him that. Like, you have to show him that. And the way that Ilya shows him that is by jerking off in the shower.
But I think Ilya has this sexual agency that he, like, loans out to Shane. I think very much that Shane is driving all of this. He's in charge of everything. Ilya is saying, do you want to turn left? And Shane has the steering wheel. And Ilya is saying, it's okay to turn left if you'd like to turn left here. And I also just like...
Yeah, so it's not Shane getting, like, dragged along. It's somebody giving Shane the permission to, like, make the next step.
Yes. Ilya is the snowplow clearing the road for Shane to make his own choices. And I think that there are, again, this is going to come into the way I think people just don't consume media properly, because I don't think they pay enough attention. I think when you have actors like these who lean so hard into their micro expressions and their body language, that right now we have this issue where people are on their phones while they watch TV. Or they're doing something else, or they're in another room and they're just listening, and you miss so much. Like, please, God,
if you can't read the
sit on your phone. Sit on your phone and watch an episode of TV without looking away. I promise you're going to pick up on so much. People ask me, like, how did you notice that? And I'm like, because I'm fucking paying attention.
Really? Because I'm watching.
Like, I'm watching it. And so I think that when Shane tells Ilya to fuck off for the first time, it's because Ilya has literally acknowledged, like, hey, you have a boner. And Shane's like, fuck off. And he's not like antagonizing him. He's just kind of like, okay.
It's a little teasing.
It's a little teasing. And I said to someone yesterday that a lot of people, the misunderstanding that I think there is right now, or that there is in the first few episodes where people were watching this and they were calling Ilya toxic, is the fact that they weren't watching his micro expressions. They weren't watching his body language. They weren't paying enough attention to notice that he's not like rattling Shane's cage to startle him. He's rattling it to try to get Shane to come out of it.
I was not aware that was an expression.
What? Rattling your cage?
Rattling your cage. That sounds
weird.
I don't know.
Yeah, you rattled the cage. So I don't think, it's not that he's like trying to startle Shane. He's just trying to be like, come out.
Well, I also
it's why he chirps at him all the time.
This, like, Ilya comes off, you know, a certain way, because like if a friend of mine was like, oh yeah, I've got this like sneaky link who I meet up with who like calls me boring and you know is always like being an asshole, I would be like, why are you with this guy? Like I feel like so much of it at the surface level makes it feel very different from what it actually is. Like, you have to look deeper at this relationship and like what it is that they are actually doing, you know?
Right.
There are small things like the fact that Ilya even like turns fully towards him. It's like open body language. It's not we're both facing the wall. He literally turns his entire body towards him. And it's one of those, it's like if you're sitting next to someone at a bar, the body language is, are you both facing forward or have you turned to face each other? There are those open, honest moments, right? And so I think that there's just so much that goes into the staging all of it. And yeah, I just, there's just so much to unpack with Ilya being this like safe space for people to experience, to explore. And somebody made a good point that Ilya in the book series spends the entire book series. He's the only character that appears in all 6 books, by the way.
Woo, my boy, love him.
Yeah. And he spends the entire
kind
series
of like Percy
trying
Jackson
to
for Rick Riordan. Anyway.
Except in Lost Hero.
Yeah. He's the only character to appear in all 6 books, and he spends all 6 books trying to create a safe environment, to create an environment for other people that he wants to have for Shane. He is trying to create the space for Shane to feel safe to come out. And so...
And he just collects his little queer hockey players, and I love him so bad.
Yeah. My friend made a very good point that she said, we were talking about this last night, and she said, my friend Miranda, she said that when Shane has the moment of saying, not here, immediately, Ilya's like, fine, cool, no problem. However, I'm going to ask for your room number, and I'm going to make my intentions clear. But I'm listening to you. 100% I'm listening to you. I'm picking up on what you're putting down. I'm going to make my intentions here very clear. And that is there. He's so, I think I get emotional thinking about Ilya as someone who grew up in that purity culture.
Right.
Ooh, purity
in that
culture.
Shameful culture. Because I still am so anxious. It's still so scary. The concept of like sex and all and sexuality and sensuality. And I think what makes me emotional about Ilya is that he makes sex seem so safe. And I know a million people have talked about the fact that he's like the consent king, which he is.
He is.
But he's just like the gold
Consent
standard
sexy.
in a way. He's just, it is. It's so good.
I make my jokes about toxic top, but he's a good bean.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. And so
it's like
when
it's fun toxic. It's like when you bully your friends a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. You like mean hot girls.
I sure do.
You can't shut up about it. But when we come out of the shower, Shane is just sitting there. He's got one shoe on.
Are these shoes Reeboks? Are the shoes Reeboks?
No, they are not.
They look like New Balances. So
yeah, I have not looked clear enough, but
and I know like he spends most of the season in like on cloud sneakers. I don't think this boy is ever wearing Reeboks, despite the fact that his mom is like, you have to be seen. He's
always
Reeboks.
wearing skates, Mom. Yeah,
he's always wearing skates and on clouds, never Reeboks.
Yeah. So when Ilya comes around, he reaches into his locker to grab his other shoe to put it on, and then immediately fumbles it and drops it because he's nervous. It's so cute. And then, like, again, Ilya says, what's your room number? No hesitation. Hands over the room number. 1410. Staring up at him, hands over the room number. And before Ilya even suggests that he'd knock, Shane's like, I'd open. I might open.
I might open. I might.
I might open. I might knock. And
honestly, he's stronger than me because the way that Ilya is standing there in that towel with the like V showing, I am gay in the opposite direction, but like, holy shit, that is an attractive man.
Connor and Hudson are fucking ripped, my guy. They're great.
What is it? Oh God, who is it that says that? Vonnie says it in episode 5. Episode 5? 4? 5. He goes, what? Fucking beauties. Damn right, brother. No, they Oh my god. Connor's story like embodies sexuality in a way that I am kind of stunned by, because there are certain movements that he does in the show and I'm just like like, as someone attracted to men, I'm like, oh god, I've been taken out at the knees. I like the body language. There's something about the way he moves his body when he says, I might knock, that I'm like, I might fall off this building. I might.
You're like, if you
Oh my
knocked,
god.
I would answer.
Oh my god, you wouldn't even have to knock. The door would be open already.
Right.
Shane puts on a whole goddamn suit.
Which is
because he can't sit
wild.
still.
It makes me think of that meme that's like, my boyfriend is putting on a suit for his
For his
autism
autism
diagnosis.
diagnosis.
It's a special event.
Shut the fuck up.
But the fact that he's looking at himself, checking himself, and then he goes, "What are you doing, dude?" Oh, it's so
My boyfriend
endearing.
is wearing a suit to our first hookup because it's a special event.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. So yeah,
He
no,
wants
great.
Ilya to take that suit off of him so bad. Don't worry,
so
buddy.
bad.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Come for this belt buckle with your teeth. So, can you imagine if Yuna had got onto the elevator with Ilya to go up and then was like, he's going to Shane's floor? Like, Ilya, what would he have done?
I'm 100% confident he would have just stayed in the elevator and been like, okay,
I'm just writing it for fun.
I'm just
American
riding,
elevators.
I'm just riding for fun. I want to ride
American
for fun.
elevators. Different than Russia.
So here we go. Details. We're gonna have our first sex scene, and again, I'm going balls to the wall, so let's go. 1, Shane reaches out for Ilya first. Again, just the sexuality that Connor's story embodies. Like, the way he walks Shane back to the wall, hips first, took me out. We get thumbsucker Shane Hollander.
Not his own thumb, other people's.
I can't blame him. I'm obsessed with the very gentle intimacy of Ilya running his knuckles and his fingers over Shane's chest the whole time they're talking. He's just like running his knuckles up and down Shane's abs and his sides. And to me, there's something about that that's just like butterflies. I love it.
Bro, that's so gay.
I know, it's really gay. Just wait. So
just wait.
Shane also, I noticed, because I was like, what is the common thread? Because here and in the next episode, we get the English just rolls right off your tongue, and when did your English get so good? I actually realized the common thread is that Shane makes these jokes when Ilya has said something particularly vulgar. He's deflecting. So he kind of brings a little humor into it.
Yes.
And then Ilya kind of pulls him back to the question, and Shane kind of is like, yes. Because, like, it's like Ilya's trying to, like, ease him into this, like, come into the pool. It's nice in here. It's okay, you know? And it's just, like, I'm obsessed with it. It just makes my heart race. I think that's why I love it so much, is it's so gentle. And then we get Shane folding his clothes. Shane takes his clothes off, and he folds them. And we get this, like, full-faced smile from Ilya. And Rachel Reed has confirmed that this is, like, the moment that Ilya was like, I'm a goner. This little nerd is folding his clothes. Like, I'm done for.
During his little fucking hookup. Damn.
Oh my god.
With his heated rival.
Ilya is a confirmed pillow hater. Again, this will come back next episode. But he just, like, grabs the pillows and tosses them off of the bed.
It's so funny.
Ilya is just so... Take your time. Chill. It's all good. What do you want to do? Like, he's giving Shane the opportunity to voice the things that he wants. And this is something, like, in the long game, there are mentions of, like, Ilya trying to get Shane to, like, ask for what he wants, but Shane's not really... It makes him feel awkward. It makes him feel very awkward to say the things out loud. Like, what he wants out loud.
Right.
It's also very interesting because I feel like this scene is pretty slow. Like, this is not some, like,
this is a 10-minute sex scene.
Yeah, this is not this, like, heated, we're doing this quick, like, we
Let's
have all
bang
this
it out.
tension, like,
Yeah.
we're gonna bang it out. Yeah, it's very, like, it's very tender for, like, this
There's so
first
much communication.
Yeah.
There's so much talking.
As there should be, even in a quick
I mean,
hookup.
yes.
And I like that.
King.
Yeah, I think that's why so many people have loved this portrayal of sex, is that, like, it's
it feels safe.
Yes. Yeah. And it feels like there's room to pause. Like, in a lot of sex scenes, it's like, is anybody breathing? You know? Like, I feel like in so many sex scenes here, I'm like, Jesus, are they breathing? But, like, in this, it's like, yep. Yeah. And then, we get the second fuck you from Shane, which is, oh God, I can't remember. I think there was an interview, and basically they were saying the fuck you is I love you. It's like, fuck you, I love you, Yeah. So
it's more of a teasing fuck you rather than a, like, actually
go fuck yourself. Yeah. And so we do get Mal's favorite boob grab.
Yes, that's bisexual culture, actually, is just grabbing the chest of whoever you're hooking up with.
Hell yeah.
It's like, I don't care if it's a boob or if it's a pec, like, I'm grabbing it.
A boob's a boob. I will say, pointing this out here, he says, let me show you how to do this, kid. Like, yeah,
they're the same age.
I'm like, they're the same age. Crazy.
But also, if you watch later on, if you pick up on the details later on, Shane does, like, later mimic Ilya. Like, he does the boob grab later.
He does, yes.
And so, like, he's actually like, okay, I've got to learn now. Like, I want to learn. And that's the thing about Shane in the books, too, is that you also get this internal monologue of Shane being like, I want to learn how to do it right.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to please him.
Well, yeah, because he definitely
Okay, don't make Tarzan sexual.
He asks, like, at first, when they're still up against the wall, he's like, was that bad?
He's like,
no. He wants to know that he's doing a good job.
Right.
He's like, no, it was pretty good.
And
he also needs people to be direct with him and directly tell him he's doing a good job. He's just like me, for real.
I am again, just the tiny little intimacies of, and I think this comes from having two actors that are best friends playing these characters, like the touching his knuckles on Shane's stomach and on his abs and all that, but then he smacks him on the tummy. I'm obsessed. Oh my God, why do I love that so much? We get another fuck you. The Russian that's here was translated by my friend. He says, when Shane says no one can know about this, and Ilya responds in Russian, he's saying, oh, really? But there's so much at stake here, and there's, like, forgive the crass term, but, like, this post-nut clarity that crashes in of, like, they're both laughing and everything's fine, and then Shane is like, nobody can know. We're like, oh my God, what just happened? Shane gets so stiff again, covering his chest, pulling himself up. Like, he's not relaxed at all. When he pulls himself up on the bed, his whole body is rigid. Like, he's... And so I think the weight of this kind of comes in now because, like, if you don't know this is still accurate to this day. You can be executed in Russia for being gay. The friend of mine who was in Russia was saying, I can't talk about this out loud with, like, people in real life because, like, I could be arrested. Like, it's that serious. If the right person or the wrong person heard that I was watching this or whatever, I could be arrested. And so it's that serious. Like, you have to understand and give Ilya credit where credit is due, is the fact that he could be killed. He's a Russian citizen. He's on a work visa, you know? Like,
right.
God, it's devastating. And then Shane, on the other hand, in no less serious of a way to him, is like, if I'm not the boy next door, my world is done. This is my image, and without my image, I'm nothing. Without hockey, I'm nothing. Because at this point, it's hockey.
Right.
It's not hockey and Ilya.
No.
It's hockey.
It's hockey. So, I mean, if you think about it, from what we can tell, Yuna is basically his manager. And so, like, if he's out of a job, his mom's out of a job, you know? And then
it's also 19. Like, hockey is kind of at least for book Shane, that's all he's good at. Like that's everything. And like,
yeah.
I mean, hockey
And Shane
is
loves
important
hockey. Shane
for
is
both
good
of
at
them.
hockey, and Shane loves hockey.
Yes.
Ilya is good at hockey and doesn't really care about hockey.
Hockey is a means to an end for Ilya. It is his way out of Russia.
Yes. And yeah, one thing that we learn about Ilya in the long game, which I don't think is like spoilers, but it's Ilya started having casual sex at 14 years old.
That's
as a way to escape. First with girls, then with boys, and he was like, oh, okay. Like, he has these ways to escape. So he smokes, he drinks, he has sex, he plays hockey. And he's finally, like, coming out of this. I mean, I think there's just always this desperation about Ilya to have connection.
Yeah.
Everywhere he is, he's desperate to have someone to connect with, whether that's emotionally or sexually, or both. We see that kind of gets conflated for him, especially with like Svetlana, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so I think that kind of goes into the way that Ilya struggles to communicate outside of sex, because he's Slavic, right? Because he was abused, because he's been through incredible trauma.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that thought was going, but yeah. Still, in this scenario, Ilya is like, he's maintaining eye contact, he's chill, he's putting his clothes on, his shoulders are low, everything's fine. Shane's elbows are at his ears, he's nervous, he's anxious, he can't breathe, like, he's having a panic attack.
You are having a panic attack.
You are having a panic attack.
My Russian accent is really bad. And you're all gonna keep hearing it.
Hey!
As you should. Camille has a pretty accent.
Oh, thanks. So now we are in Montreal. It's the first pro season. Ilya is chirping it up to the cameras. Shane has a big old fat crush, and he's watching Ilya's interviews
on his BlackBerry in like 4K. I'm like, this is 2010. Your phone would not be that good of quality. And also, how much money is he paying for data?
He's a millionaire.
Presumably he's using the like Wi-Fi, isn't he, of the hotel or whatever, or the.
No, he's at home.
He's at home. Okay, so he should have Wi-Fi.
Like
Wi-Fi was a thing in 2009.
We see Shane's real house, I feel like.
No, this is the only time we see Shane's home in the daylight. This is actually the same home that Ilya goes to, because now I will say in the books, Shane does not take Ilya to his real place. He has somewhere else that they meet up.
Oh, I thought that was true in the show too.
Nope.
Oh, he doesn't have the sex condo?
No. So no, this is the same apartment that Shane is in the entirety of season 1.
Okay.
This is just from a different angle and in the daytime, and that's why you're not recognizing it.
Okay,
but if you look at like the stairwell behind him, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if anyone tells you that this is a different set, is lie. Liar told you that.
Okay.
But no, I mean, Ilya is really playing into this rivalry, and he's, oh my god, the chirp of
heated.
He's goalie now, right? Oh my god, bro. So Shane has a big old fat old crush. Is liar told you that? I said 50. Oh my god, the wink that shifted the cosmos. Oh my god. So
I know the Stan Twitter girlies in this universe were going crazy.
Have you seen those like TikToks that are like, oh, AU, the like very obsessive fangirls tracking every movement between Shane and Ilya?
But I also like, for some reason, I actually know the reason that I don't find that as funny as other people.
It's because it's real. It's really it's kind of a little too close to home at this point. Yeah.
Yes, it's too close to home. It's too parasocial. It's making and I'm not saying this at this creator in any sort of a negative way at all. It's very funny. Personally, there's just so much speculation going on about these actors and their personal lives and their sexualities and their relationships that it's too close to home. It's not funny to me. it feels too parasocial. It's weird. So like, yeah. So a very funny concept, yes, but also yuck. Ew.
Yuck indeed.
Yeah. So, sorry if I just trampled all over your fun. Did
Wow, I can't believe Camille yucked over everyone's yums.
Listen, I am secure in the things that I find funny, even if you do not. So it's fine.
Okay.
I'm allowed to have. You're entitled to your wrong opinion. That's fine. No, I don't think it's wrong. I think it's like I think that is a valid point. Like I think when you are uncomfortable with the like parasocial bit of it, it can feel a little too close to home.
I miss the days of when there were only 2 or 3 episodes out, because that was before the entire world decided to get in on the discourse and just ruin it.
Yeah.
Like, there's been a shift in the past couple of weeks in the discourse.
Yeah.
That's just been like fucking exhausting to deal with.
See, I have to admit, I did have a like real person fiction phase where I was reading like fan fiction about real people, and
But then you grow up and you go, oh my god.
then I was like, no, that was really weird. Like that was weird. So it is sort of funny to me in like a tongue-in-cheek sort of way, because I'm like, that is ridiculous, and like that is what we were doing. It was about One Direction, by the way.
But Mal, were you at ground zero? Were you hacking into airport security
She lives
cameras?
in New York. You can't say that. So I did translate the lyrics of the French song that's playing when Shane arrives to lunch with his parents. And basically the lyrics are like that it's a good day and you give meaning to my existence.
That's cute.
So
love that.
Yeah, wonderful. There are so many perfectly placed lyrics in this show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The music is great.
Oh my god, yeah. I want to know, who is the music supervisor for the show? Because people keep crediting Jacob Tierney and I'm like, I don't think it, like, that is an actual job. Music supervisor, Scotty Taylor.
I'm giving you a
music
forehead
supervisor,
kiss.
Scotty Taylor.
You did such a good job.
Wow. Just, I mean, blew my mind. Just incredible. Yeah. I mean, I've had like the soundtrack basically on repeat. Like, it's been what I've been bumping in the car, you know?
Hell yeah.
So baby boy Shane is making money moves. He's got Reebok, he's got Rolex. Good lord. We do get a drop of the Rolex in the next episode because Shane's adjusting his watch and Ilya comes up behind him before they go on stage to ask if it was a gift, his watch. He compliments his watch. So I don't think we see it, but I will say they do point that out later. But I really liked, there are people I hear very frequently, at least in the first couple episodes, that people are like, I don't like Yuna. I'm obsessed with Yuna. I love Yuna. Shane's mom. She is so protective. She is making moves. She's savvy. She's smart. She's caring. She fosters this good environment for her son. However, there's the change in the book, right? She's not like this in the book. She's more of a hockey mom in the book than she is like a momager in the show. And what I really liked about how she is in the show is it adds this layer of tension for Shane, right? Like, it adds pressure to Shane to like, don't stir the pot, right? Because like, we've got all this perfect stuff. You're going to be their, what did they say, most influential ambassador or something like that. Like, just that added stress of like, this is so important.
Yeah,
I loved that change. I thought it was a very good
like,
change to
when
make.
that is coming from your mom rather than like a third party.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. God, I can't. There's gonna be a lot of tears when we get to episode 6 and that conversation.
Yeah. No, I have so much to say about episodes 3 on.
Yeah.
Because again, like I said it before, I was not sold on the show based on just the first 2 episodes. I was like, I mean, good for them. They're having a lot of sex. Great.
These bitches gay, good for them.
Yeah. Once we started getting into like the meat of everything, I was like, okay, no, this rules.
Let me just point out, by the way, they did drop episodes 1 and 2 at the same time as like the season premiere. So that, for context, those episodes did come out back to back. Yeah. And then also, I do want to point out, we like are very, very, very aware that Ilya is bisexual. None of us would ever erase the fact that he's bisexual. That is incredibly important. Bisexual people are very valid. They are very important members of the queer community. A man dating a woman
Robert
isn't necessarily straight. Right. So like, I just want to say, we call them little gay boys. I want everyone to understand.
Gay is an umbrella term.
gay, that we are using it as an umbrella term. We would never ever erase Ilya's bisexuality.
Yes.
So, period, point blank, that's it.
End of story.
That's what I want to say. When Shane says something about going down a rabbit hole of watching videos of animals, like unlikely animals becoming friends, when I was watching this for the first time, I literally went, oh, out loud. I was like, oh, did you? Oh.
You and Ilya are the unlikely animals becoming
a baby. But it tickles me so much how Shane cannot keep a straight face when they're talking about Ilya.
He can't keep a straight face.
Shane can't do anything straight.
He's super gay.
He tries. But...
That's a quote from The Long Game, I will say, is that Ilya's like, I'm bisexual. Shane is super gay. And Shane's like, I'm regular gay.
Regular gay.
Regular gay. But it tickles me so much that he cannot keep his face straight. When Eunice says, fuck him, right in the butt.
Her details are a little off, but she's got the spirit.
Sorry, Una, he doesn't go like that.
It's the other way. It's the other way around.
It's not verse here at all.
Your son at the bottom. I just need that Captain America meme where he like sits down at the chair. He's like, so your son's the bottom.
Oh my god. I love when we cut to the hockey game that the announcers, the commentators are like, are they going to give the crowd what they want? And if you pay attention, you can hear that the crowd is chanting Hollander, Rozanov, because they're saying they want them at the face-off together. There's like 43 seconds left in the game. Yeah, just it's probably the last face-off of the game, and we get the wonderfully like why does it hit so hard? The Shane Hollander, will you disappoint them? Oh my god! Why does that hit so hard?
It just does.
Oh,
and
god.
He evidently scores off of this face-off if we take the interview.
Yes, but that doesn't make sense because a face-off like that is at center ice. So bullshit. It's not. I mean, like during the play, sure, maybe he scored, but like it's not like he won the puck and then shot it straight into the net. Like that's not how that works.
Listen, isn't it one of the memes of like the fandom that that the books on the show like don't exactly get hockey 100% right?
Well, okay, so here's the thing though. I actually think the book does a very good job because Rachel Reed is like a lifelong hockey fan. Like she's obsessed with hockey. Now the show has to take liberties, but there are certain things that I watch.
The hockey is not important. That's not. We're not here for the hockey. If we wanted to
Mal
watch
was
hockey,
actually
we'd go to a
Mal
hockey
was so excited because she came out the other side and hadn't learned anything about hockey. Even the things that I taught her about hockey, she learned them afterwards, and she was like, "Oh my god, I just learned a thing!" And I was like, "I told you that weeks ago."
I had to Google what a hat trick was,
and I had already told her what a hat trick was.
What's a hat trick?
A hat trick is scoring 3 goals. So the same player scores 3 goals. So if a player scores 2 goals, his team is basically going to set him up to get him a hat trick. Like they're going to do their best to get him to assist instead of scoring because they want him to get a hat trick. That's just a cool thing to do.
Hat trick.
Hat trick.
I thought it just sounds fancier than it is. I thought
like
it was
you're hitting a puck off your helmet.
Yeah, some sort of like cool way to score a goal.
No.
Like, oh, it's a hat trick. It's like this one specific type of goal. No, it just means they got 3. Okay, it's kind of lame.
When Shane is in this post-game interview, he doesn't take the bait of like shit-talking Ilya, but the entire time that they're talking about Ilya, he is smiling.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as this interviewer asks about Tiger Williams and
Tiger Williams.
Tiger Woods and Serena Williams.
A secret third athlete? Tiger Williams.
Oh my god.
Tiger Woods and Serena Williams. The whole facade goes right back up and Shane gets so serious and like it's like he goes from this like, oh, I like playing against Ilya in hockey. I like chirping about Ilya. I like this little banter that we've got going on, that he's enjoying himself, and then as soon as people bring up the expectation and remind him that there is this expectation of him, he shuts down and he stops in thinking about like the fun that he's having with Ilia. And I thought that was really subtle, and I picked up on it and I was like, oh my god,
there's so much pressure on this poor little guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's no wonder he's so tightly wound that he has to fold his clothes before a hookup.
Yeah.
Like...
And then Ilya being so pissed off that Shane speaks French is so funny to me, especially because Hudson Williams' French is awful.
I was about to ask because Connor's is like his Russian is apparently like really good.
Yeah.
But Hudson's French is shit.
not good at French.
It's shit. Which is amazing because like Shane should be bilingual, like just by nature, right? So like Jacob Tierney and Francois Arnault, who plays Scott Hunter, they're both bilingual. They both speak fluent French. You can see like red carpet interviews of them speaking in French because like that's a Canadian thing. They speak a lot, like Montreal especially is a lot of English, a lot of French. So so the fact that his French
is not good,
so bad. It's so funny to me.
Can I tell my Canadian French story? That's not really my story. It's a friend of mine's story.
Yes.
Go ahead.
One time, a friend of mine was skiing in Quebec or somewhere in Canada. In Canada.
Quebec.
Yeah, sure. Because I don't know where the skiing resorts are, and I don't want a Canadian to be like, actually. So in Canada, and she had a bit of a tumble, nothing too serious, but she couldn't like get up and go down herself. And so she called over a guy who was skiing past, and he spoke French. And so she, in her French, was like, hey, this is my situation. Can you help me? Halfway through, she's like, listen, my French isn't super good. Can we speak in English while you help me? And then he just left her.
Did your friend survive?
Oh yeah, she
told the story.
She told the story. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm reading it from the newspaper of where she fucking died. That's what I'm doing.
Now Alexei is on the phone with Ilya again, and he wants more fucking money.
What if we just killed him? Let's just kill Alexei.
And then we get our first like clue that something is wrong with their father. That he does have like dementia, Alzheimer's, something like that, because he's asking Ilya to bring bread home, and Ilya's like, from Boston?
Yeah, I'd love to, Dad, but I'm like a good, I don't know, like what, 10-hour or more plane right away? How far is Boston?
Gotta be more than that.
18 hours. Oh boy.
Jesus. Now we are in my hometown. We're at the All-Stars game. It's presumably February of 2010, if I haven't totally lost the plot yet.
No, you lost the plot.
Damn. Podcast over.
Is it 2010? Because I feel like it's been 2010 for a while, right?
It's still 2010. Yeah.
Still okay. We haven't.
Yeah, because we had. I'm pretty sure it's still 2010. I'm obsessed with this scene, this press conference.
Yes.
They are both very nervous for their own reasons. Obviously, they're 19 years old. And, oh my god!
This is a game to play footsies under the table with your heated rival.
Yeah. So, Ilya, of course, is a man of few words. This is very comedic, but also just like, it's easier for him to just be like,
not speaking English well.
Yeah, exactly. So, tapping his foot against Shane's under the table as like a watch this, kind of like a wink. Instead of winking, they're tapping each other's feet. Oh my god. And then if you didn't pick up on this, Ilya cannot translate this question that's asked. He does not understand the question.
It's also like not a good, like, it's very complicated the way this guy asked this question.
So Ilya cannot translate this question. He does not know what's being asked. He's really struggling, which I think there are little moments, if you're paying attention, where you can pick up on the fact that they're trying to explain to you that Ilya struggles with his English, because in the first hookup scene, Shane asks him questions and Ilya says, no. And then he'll say something and he starts his sentences with hesitation. Like there's a translation, like a buffering, you know?
Being bilingual is fucking difficult. I mean,
oh my god. Yeah. So I don't know, like I just, again, I loved this because it's straight up from the books. There's a mention of Ilya rubbing his thumb across his knuckles. Like Shane looks over and Ilya's rubbing his thumb across his knuckles because he's nervous. Again, we get that exact thing in the show. Just brilliant, really incredible. I loved that there was no detail that was so small that Jacob Tierney was like, doesn't matter. Like he kept all of it.
Imagine enjoying things that are faithfully adapted one-to-one from the book.
Oh my god, he did an interview where he said, if I'm adapting this book because I love it, why would I change it? And I was like, I'm obsessed
So
with you.
true.
Oh my god. Now we get Shane taking over because he can tell that Ilya is struggling, and he taps Ilya's foot, answers the question, and then, they bounce the question back to Ilya, and he goes, what he said. And I'm just like, I love you too. I love you too. I can't believe you're playing footsie in front of all these people. It's amazing.
What's the thing that Ilya says he likes? Not danger. What's the word?
Trouble?
He likes trouble. Yeah.
He likes trouble.
What is
It's not
it?
all the way true.
No. I have thoughts about that. I will save that for, because we've been talking so much. I will save that and get into that later. But
there's much to get into as we go.
God, there's so much.
We don't have to talk about everything with this one episode.
Yeah.
But God, I want to.
I know. Oh my God. We get the first boring Canadian joke. Fucking Scott Hunter clocking the 1221.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Francois says he didn't clock it. Fine, whatever.
I have trouble believing that because, okay, if you are staying in the room next door and you hear him give this number that is basically your hotel number, like, I can't believe that he could say that while skating by in a way that Shane would hear it and the man sitting right next to him would not.
But for me, I'm like, then why would Scott bring up the fact that he's in the room next door?
I think he just did. For tension purposes.
Shane comes up to Ilya's room and he takes his sweet fucking time letting Shane in. He's like watching him through the peephole.
Is someone chasing you?
Oh my God.
That's like top 10 Ilya lines. That's such a good one.
Oh my God. So I literally, thank you for citing this for me. I asked because there is a meme that went pretty viral online about Shane being like an angry kitten. People don't realize that's actually straight up from the book, is that Ilya's like, he's like an angry kitten. This was a very angry kitten Shane. Yeah. The look on his face when he busts into this room is frazzled.
The angry kitten quote from the book actually comes before the press conference because Ilya's kind of thinking about how, like, it's like, why am I so focused on Shane Hollander? Like, why can't I get him out of my head? Why am I always thinking about this guy? And then he like talks about how he loves shit talking him and watching his face get all squished up in anger like an angry kitten.
It literally says he loved shit talking him because his eyes would get all squashed up in anger and his pink lips would curl into an adorable little attempt at a snarl like an angry kitten.
So it is right around this time, actually, that he calls him an angry kitten.
Ever respectful, Shane kicks his shoes off as he's launching himself at Ilya. He does kick his shoes off.
But this man leaves his socks on, at least for the first hookup. That's a detail
that
I was
gonna point out the fucking socks.
The socks and the glasses.
He is naked except for the socks. And I'm like, that's so weird. Take your socks off.
That's a little bit too vulnerable to have your piggies out. I'm just saying. So I think one thing that adds so much to like how erotic this show can be is the men moaning.
Camille loves when a man moans.
We love when a man moans. Here's what I need to do. I need to get the editor of one of the editors of Heated Rivalry on this podcast to be like, hey, how many files do you have on your computer that's just dicksucking.mp3?
You mean the Foley editor? The Foley artist?
Yeah, sure.
There was a time had with a hot dog, that's for sure.
See, I'm so happy that you, Camille, enjoy the moaning. I really just sort of wait for the sex scenes to end, but like, happy for everyone who is into men and is enjoying this.
But I just like, my brain, the analytical brain that I have, is that I notice that like, Ilya will moan and Shane will moan back, and I'm just like, he's encouraging Shane to come out of his shell. He's like, I moan, you moan. And I'm like, yes! Oh God. So again, yeah, the detail of Shane is learning from Ilya. He does the boob grab. Just these little callbacks. Also the fact that Ilya tells Shane to get on his knees. Shane does. And then Ilya mouths, wow. Now, I have like a lot of big, strong feelings about how rigid Shane suddenly gets when Ilya tells him to get on his stomach. He gets super anxious, and I just like, this scene kind of gives me butterflies because Ilya does not pressure him like at all. And he like teases him and reassures him, and he's so patient, and there's something that just sticks with me so much about when he says you're scared and Shane says I'm not scared, and he's like, no, it's okay, like it's fine. I'm obsessed.
It's okay that you're nervous, doing this for
Yes.
the first time. Like, it's really fine.
He's not like, oh, you little bitch. He's like, it's okay. It's okay to be scared. You haven't done this before. And oh god, oh my god, the trauma in me is healing. But it melts me. And again, we've said it, people have said it a million times, but consent king Ilya Rozanov. I love you. You're amazing. Also, just fucking bars here, going from does touching your ass make you gay, because you know what else makes you gay is sucking my dick, immediately to what color?
Insane.
Get his ass, roast him.
Oh my god. Shane's like watery eyes. I swear to god, this guy, Hudson Williams, what are you doing to us? He's so anxious, and it's just, Ilya is such a good match for this because he's so, maybe it's the language barrier in a way, but he doesn't have a way of like skirting around what he's trying to say. No. He only knows the direct way of being like, spit it out. Like, oh, you're having a panic attack. Like, it's fine. It's just a plan to fuck. Like, I did, when I first got Mal to watch the show, I had a very traumatic thing happen to me a few days later, and I was texting her at like 6 a.m, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna have a panic attack. And she was like, well, my first thought is to quote Heated Rivalry at you. And at the same time, we texted each other, Hollander, you're having panic attack. And so
I was like, I'm not sure if this is appropriate, but this is what I've got. So
you'd be so surprised how easy it is to get someone out of a panic attack just by saying something that like throws them off.
I love this show.
Good God. I know.
It's a great show.
So good.
So I also enjoy the fact that Shane is, after this scene, having trouble finding the right way to put his shirt back on because he didn't get to fold his clothes. He's kind of struggling, like, what's up, what's down? This is for the book fans, I guess, but has anybody else noticed? Mal, have you noticed that Ilya is always freshly showered after a sex scene?
No, not until you pointed it out.
Because in my head, and he even makes a point to be like, I'm gonna go shower now in certain scenes. And it's like,
Shane hates a mess.
He hates a mess. He does not like a mess. He does not want Ilya to kiss him if he hasn't brushed his teeth or showered. It's insane. He does not like a mess. And so, like, I felt like that was a little nod for the book fans, is that Ilya is always freshly showered after they hook up.
God forbid he doesn't want to be stinky.
Oh god, we get the Jane and Lily name drops, which are wonderful. I'm surprised by how many. I'm amazed at how many people missed the fact that Shane is Jane and Ilya is Lily because they're similar. Are y'all dumb?
It almost, like, the fact that Ilya and Lily are almost anagrams of each other and they're not drives me crazy. I'm like, it's so close. It almost works and it's not.
Because what would the anagram of, like, Lily is very close to Ilya. I don't think you can really anagram Ilya into a girl's name, can you? Lila?
No.
Leah?
I also really love the fact that while Ilya is typing in Shane's phone, Shane is watching Ilya's face. Like, he's taking this moment to, like, stare straight at Ilya's face while Ilya's not looking. Love that. And then our next hookup, our Montreal hookup in 2 weeks, gets canceled because
the game gets
snow. But Ilya is not coping. He's down so bad, and Marlowe is like, it's fine, this girl's gonna be fine. And I'm like, you heteronormative bastard. Marlowe, you motherfucker.
Well, I mean,
heteronormativity in 2010? Damn.
Be more surprised if Marlowe was a woke king and was like, this person that you are sleeping with.
Listen, this bottom of yours is gonna be fine.
Like, at this point, no one has any reason to think that Ilya would not be straight.
Yeah, he's a ladies' man. So my next note here is just all caps. I won't elaborate. Hayden Pike, you know what you did.
Listen, I am a Hayden Pike defender until the
I
day that
love
I
Hayden
die.
Pike.
I love
No, yeah,
Hayden
I do.
Pike so much. Also, I gotta say, Callan Potter is a very pretty man. Like,
Yeah,
he's
he
very
has boy
pretty.
band hair.
He just like
especially in this scene.
He's got a very pretty face, and he's got like
Yeah.
long eyelashes, and I'm just like, wow, Jack is lucky. Like, Hayden is pretty.
Yeah.
And I think this is another example of like someone taking the initiative and like making it clear to Shane that like, hey, I want to be friends. Like, I'm not just inviting you over for dinner because I like feel bad for you, whatever. Like, no, my wife really wants to feed you. Like, come over for dinner, and it, like, gives Shane the permission to be like, yeah, okay, let's be friends. And I really like that.
That's just how you make friends when you're an adult. You're just like, hey, let me feed you, and you're like, okay, and then now we're friends.
Yeah, yeah. Robert, do you know what wags are? Because he says that Jackie's obsessed with being the first wag to feed Shane.
I do not, unfortunately.
Wives and girlfriends.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the wags are like hockey wags or hockey wives and girlfriends.
My very gay softball league calls them WAPs, WAPs, wives and partners, because, you know, I can't think of anyone who plays in that league who is dating or married to a cis man. I'm sure there are some. If anybody from my softball league listens to this, I'm sure someone is married to a cis man. But wives and partners, you know, makes more sense.
I really liked how the show did this simultaneous introduction of Hayden and Svetlana. I really liked that we introduced them both at the same time. That we are establishing that when Shane and Ilya do not have each other, they have Hayden and Svetlana. I really liked it. I also liked the change that Svetlana is a childhood friend, not just a hookup friend, you know? In the book, they met in Boston because she sells fancy cars. They kind of allude to it in the show, but Ilya has a car collection. He spends an exorbitant amount of money
But this show does not have the budget for Ilya's car collection.
Correct.
It does raise some questions about, like, her citizenship, because, I mean, not to get ahead of ourselves, but obviously in episode 6, he, like, says he could marry Svetlana to become a U.S. citizen. And it's just interesting, because I'm, like, I've never... Like, is the U.S. okay with people being, like, dual citizens in the U.S. and Russia? Because that sort of feels like...
Yeah, I don't think so.
Something that they would be like, no.
She could be naturalized.
She could be. I can't wait until we get to that, and we can be like, oh, what if I marry Svetlana? What if I burn this whole fucking place to the ground?
But also,
what if I call the loons back,
like,
bitch?
I think there's a lot of options for, like, how these two were able to sort of grow up together in Russia.
I think that people who read the books, probably this is a change that a lot of people welcomed, because, like, if you've read the books, you know Ilya needs a friend. Ilya really needs a good friend.
Ilya needs a friend.
He needs a friend. Shane is getting left undelivered. He's having ginger ale with his little found family. And also, again, shout out to my Russian friend for translating. It does sound like Ilya is saying, enough, let's go, ... We couldn't hear the rest of the sentence, but that's what he's whispering to Svetlana. And then 4 months later is in the summer of 2010, and we're in Vegas for the awards, and Shane wins Rookie of the Year. And so I want to loop back for some context to the beginning of the episode, and Ilya's father saying, you will not lose to him. Okay, I want to give you that context for the scene that we're about to get. We get Shane calling Scott Mr. Hunter. Like, boy, chill. He's like 4 years older than you.
No,
like,
no, Hunter is 100 years old.
He's 100,000 years old. He's got another ginger ale, and then he has 2 shots, and he's underage. Jesus Christ.
He's underage in American terms. That if he's 18 plus, that means he can drink in Canada, can't he?
Yes, but they're in Vegas.
Who gives a shit? Oh, fine. We don't promote underage drinking, just like how we said that in the pit. We don't promote underage drinking. However.
But also.
So Shane is drunk. And he is scanning the room trying to find Ilya. He sees his parents, but he doesn't really recognize anybody else. He goes up to the roof, and Jesus Christ, this line, Shane, what the fuck he says, I don't know if it's worth jumping over. Shane! Jesus fucking Christ! You don't even know. I mean, god damn.
I mean, considering Ilya's history with
with suicide and mental illness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
but it also like it is funny. It is a funny line. I think it is funny.
I want to know like what was your read of this scene, either of you? Clearly we can't communicate well. It's just a big miscommunication. It's a big fuck up. But
right.
What was your read on this?
I think Ilia is just going through too much shit to really be like anything resembling approachable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're both having two different conversations and they're not recognizing the struggle that the other is going through. But then they're also not like telling the other really what they're struggling with. And so it's just, like you said, a big miscommunication.
Yeah. The big line of the scene, obviously, not everything is about you, Hollander.
Here's fucking view. Check it out. Fuck. My read on this is that I genuinely think that Ilya is actually trying to congratulate Shane. However, I think he's got his shit happening, right? He knows he's got to go back to Russia. He knows he just lost to Shane. He knows it's not going to be great with his dad. He knows his dad is ill. He knows his brother is a drug addict and he wants money. He's thinking about all of this. But then Shane feels vulnerable because I think Shane inside doesn't understand why he's looking for Ilya.
Yeah.
Shane takes so much longer to get to the point of admitting that he likes Ilya than Ilya does for Shane. And I think that Shane is having this like panic because he's drunk and in his head he's like, why am I looking for this man? Why do I want to be congratulated and validated by this man so much? What is happening right now?
Why did I kind of like it when Scott Hunter implied that he's my boy?
Why did it scare me so bad? Why did it? Yeah. So like I think so. We have again a big point of the show is that most of their communication happens through sex.
Yeah.
Originally, and then they have to learn how to speak to each other, and that we've talked ad nauseum already about the clear communication regarding sex, about how gentle and patient they are with each other regarding sex. However, now we're going to try to have a conversation and we fumble.
And
so bad.
Bad job.
Very
bad. And so what I think happens here is that Shane feels raw right now. He is frayed at the edges. He's anxious. He's drunk. Shane doesn't drink, by the way, and he's just done 2 shots, okay? And Ilya says, not everything is about you, Hollander. And Shane says, what is it then? And then if you give him 30 seconds, it takes about a full 30 seconds, but finally, Ilya answers the question. By the way, I want to point out, you might miss it because it takes him so long to do it. He answers the question. Shane says, what is it then? And he says, I go home in 3 days. And Shane, coming from this happy, safe family, doesn't understand that Ilya's trying to tell him that's a problem, that's what's wrong. Ilya's literally saying, I'm upset right now because I have to go home in 3 days. And Shane says, that sounds nice. That must be nice. And Ilya just, oh my God.
Like, it's not nice.
The look on his face, like, ooh, boy.
Like, bro, come on, I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my God. That is heavy shit. And like, Shane's never going to be able to understand this. That's not boo on Shane. Good for him. I'm glad.
And Shane is not a mind reader, is the thing.
No.
He is coming at things from his own experience, and also he needs people to be direct. I mean, like, he needed Ilya to start jerking off in the shower to get that, like, that's what he wanted. Like, he needs you to spell it out for him, and Ilya just doesn't.
I just think that Ilya desperately wants Shane to pick up on what he's putting down, and Shane's not doing that. And again, that's why we have so much more to learn about each other. And we'll see that Ilya starts to pick up on communicating with Shane slowly, again, more quickly than Shane picks up on Ilya.
Right.
But it's
like
very
we've got
poignant to me.
2 language barriers going on, because there's the like Russian thing and Ilya struggling to verbalize what he's feeling in English, and then there's also the Shane of it all.
Autism.
It's just like Shane not getting.
Yeah. And I just like, this is really heavy shit for 2 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
I keep
Yeah,
forgetting how young
that's
they
the
are.
thing. You have to remember, they're 19. They're 19.
19.
No 19-year-old boy is mature enough to really understand
The gravity.
Shane finds
anything.
comfort in his clothes being folded and organized, and for his home to be clean, and all this other stuff. And there's so much uncertainty and so much he doesn't understand, and he can't cope. He
Mhm.
can't cope. He does not do well in this situation.
No.
And I think it's so visceral and so well portrayed. Like, it's just beautiful. It's really great storytelling.
Mhm.
Writing, directing, acting, all of that together is just like really beautiful. And Shane goes to shake Ilya's hand and say, basically say hags. Have a great summer. Like, see you later. And Ilya smooches him. And I just think, like, now, again, we've got this I like trouble. I think that spell's already broken.
Yeah.
I don't think
wants
Ilya likes
comfort.
trouble. He wants comfort. He likes that Shane is boring.
For all he calls Shane boring, he craves that. He wants something boring. Because I think his life has never been boring.
No.
Because, like you said, he started having sex at 14. He has found this escape and
he found his mother
hockey,
dead at 12 years old.
Yeah, all these kind of wild things. And like, I think all he wants is to have a space where he can be boring, and Shane is that space. And just there's
a line later in the book when they're at the cottage, and Shane says something about how Ilya Rozanov is never happier than when he's in, like, driving a high-speed vehicle or something like that. And I'm like, bullshit, buddy.
That's not true. Ilya Rozanov is never happier than when he's with you.
Yeah. But I don't think that I love that Shane is like, we're in tuxedos in public. Not the tuxedos.
Is he like worried that Ilya's gonna wrinkle his tuxedo? Like, is that what's the concern with the tuxedos specifically?
I don't know. But yeah, I don't think that the reason that Ilya doesn't mind kissing Shane in public is because he likes danger. I don't think that that's it. I think that he just wants one good thing to hold on to before he leaves for Russia and has to deal with months of this bullshit. And yeah, what a way to leave the episode, with this tension of like, and that's one thing that this show does consistently is ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
And then we end up butting up against, we think we make some progress, and then we butt up against something at the end almost every time,
Right.
But yeah, no, I think that once you, like, I guess it's so easy for people to look at the show and be like, "Ew, it's sex," and I'm like, it's so much more than that.
It is. They really
sex
lure
is
you
the
in
high-speed
with
vehicle,
like sex sells. Sex lures you in, and then all of a sudden you're crying about them having real and true feelings for each other.
Yeah. Just I'm kind of blown away by how analytical we can get over this. That's the beauty of it, for sure.
Yeah.
I know we talked way too long. Whoopsie daisy.
Whoopsie daisy.
We had a lot to say, and we will continue to have a lot to say. That's why we had to break the mold a little bit and move on from The Pit and talk about, because I don't know that we've ever talked this long about an episode of The Pit.
Oh, we definitely have.
Really?
We totally have. Yeah.
I mean, I have so many thoughts and feelings about this show, so.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you have thoughts, things you want to share, things you picked up on, things you have questions on, whatever, you can email us, pitcrewpodcast@gmail.com. Our thoughts and prayers with everyone in Venezuela right now. Ran, who does the art for our podcast, is in Venezuela. So thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed. We will come back for episode 2, and we'll talk to you soon.
Woo!
So long, fellow losers!
Yeah, we're hockey losers now, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So long, fellow rookies.
The Pit Crew podcast is created and produced by us, Robert, Mal, and Camille. It's edited by me, Robert. You can find us on TikTok, Threads, and Instagram at Pit Crew Podcast. If you'd like to support our other projects, our socials are linked in the show notes below. Our art is by Rampacoca. He can be found on Instagram at Rampacoca. All patient questions and concerns can be emailed to pitcrewpodcast@gmail.com. Now, this isn't a Taco Bell, but we do appreciate a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to schedule a follow-up appointment with a nurse before you go. See you next time.